This idea of questions, I always think about it because, it's one thing to ask somebody questions and be curious, but I listened to a podcast recently by Rick Rubin. He just launched his podcast yesterday.
Oh, no way.
Yeah, first episode. Oh, Phil Jackson. And he said, I always try to talking about the origin of the podcast, which we're doing right now, talking about the origin of our podcast. And he's like, I know all these cool people, we're always talking, but you'd be surprised that unless you sit down and talk to someone and have a format where you're asking them questions, like you can not learn so much about people that you spend so much time with.
Yeah.
Like
True.
sitting down in a setting and asking questions and going deep, I think that's something that is going to be super interesting and exciting for all of us to get to know you better. Like there's so many things I don't know about you and vice versa, and also with different future guests on the show. So I think there's the questions to ask the guests, there's questions to ask yourself for the viewers, for the listeners, and I think just the idea of what makes questions is ask great questions, you get great answers, and that's what we're hopefully here to do.